search we know will be extensive. Andrea.
That's right, Dana. Police have been expanding the perimeter, which is where the media has been standing. So we were pushed a little further back. We're on East Elizabeth Avenue at McCandless Street. It's a few blocks down where this all unfolded. I mean, there's a lot of law enforcement, as you could imagine, here on the scene, including Linden Police, as well as I just saw Homeland Security, as well as Immigration and Customs as well. This, as you guys have been saying, happened in a doorway of a business further down here on East Elizabeth Avenue, 536 East Elizabeth. When police responded here, the suspect, believed to be Ahmad Khan Rahani, fired shots at police. 2 police officers were shot, we're told, from Linden Police, but they are not seriously injured. Linden Police say they believe this is Rahani based on all of those pictures that the FBI and the NYPD put out around 7 o'clock this morning, warning that he was armed and dangerous. And of course he was armed and dangerous when they ran into him earlier this morning here in Linden. As you mentioned, Dana, Linden, where we are, is about 5-10 minute drive away from the last known address for Rahani in neighboring Elizabeth, New Jersey. We're told that he lived in a building that also housed his family's chicken restaurant, a chicken shop that his father owned, according to customers, and they also lived there in a residence in that same building. Customers, one man that I spoke with who said he'd been going there for years, described Rahani as very nice. He said he was shocked when he saw his picture on the news this morning. He said he would go in there. He was likable. He was funny. He would give them free chicken since they were frequent customers. He said he was really surprised to see his picture in connection with all of these incidents. Again, we're standing on East Elizabeth Avenue, where there is a huge perimeter set up with multiple law enforcement agencies responding. Again, Linden Police believing they do have Ahmad Khan Rahani. They say police also shot at him. He was shot several times and taken to the hospital. Dana and Brian?
Yeah, Andrea, you've been on this all morning. Kind of take us through the morning. This started out in Elizabeth near the train station where those 5 pipe bombs were found. Can you describe that scene and then how it kind of shifted?
Of course, you're right, Brian. It actually started last night at the Elizabeth train station. Around 9:30 last night, the Elizabeth mayor said 2 men just kind of going through garbage near the Elizabeth train station found a backpack in the garbage. They took the backpack out thinking it was something of value inside. They started walking with it. They opened it and saw wires inside. So the mayor says they dropped it and went straight to police headquarters. The bomb squad then went to that backpack and determined that it was indeed suspicious. The FBI also responded during the course of them trying to secure the devices that were in there. The mayor said there were 5 devices inside that backpack. The FBI said there were multiple IEDs in that. One of those actually unintentionally, according to the mayor, detonated. So around 12:30 this morning, one of those did explode as the bomb squad was working on them. Luckily, nobody was injured. So that was about 12:30 this morning. We were down at the Elizabeth train station, and then a few hours later, we got word that the ATF and FBI were raiding a home in Elizabeth, New Jersey that we believed might have been connected to all of this. So we headed over there, and that was about roughly 5 minutes away from the train station where we were standing. And indeed, ATF and FBI had that home surrounded. It did turn out to be the last known address for Rahani, and then the FBI around 7 a.m. and the NYPD put out his picture saying he was wanted in connection with Chelsea. And then, of course, federal sources told CBS News not long thereafter that he was also wanted in connection with the Seaside Park bombing and then the IEDs that were found in Elizabeth, New Jersey.
Andrea, you spoke about what we know of the suspect from the people with whom you spoke in Elizabeth. Earlier, you also said he spoke English. He was friendly. Do we know anything about how long he had been here, his education, any additional information?
We did ask about just the people, the customers. We did ask if they knew if he had grown up, if he had gone to school in the area. The people that we spoke with could not say for certain, but we do know from the FBI that he was born in Afghanistan and at some point immigrated here to the United States. Authorities say he is a U.S. citizen. His father, the customers that we spoke with say his father had a heavy accent, but he himself did not. He spoke English. They described him as very Americanized. All the people we spoke would say they were stunned to think that this could happen, that his picture would be on this FBI Most Wanted poster, which is what happened.
Where the FBI was inside his apartment above that restaurant, could you see, were they removing any items? Was anyone else taken into custody as far as you could tell? What was that scene like?
As far as they were all, you're right, Brian, they were all over that scene. We saw them on the roof of the second floor, going in and out all morning long. We got there a little bit after the main raid had taken place. I personally did not see them remove items. I would imagine that happened before I got there on scene, but a huge perimeter around that home. There were police keeping residents back, keeping the media about a block away, but we still had a pretty good vantage point.
Right now,
closer to that home
Andrea,
than we are to this scene here in Linden.
Excuse me, Andrea, we need to wrap